Welcome to OCA, a special podcast for special people. Our mission is for OCA to enable individuals and families with autism or other disabilities the opportunity to maximize their abilities. Over the past 15 years, we have grown from an idea to a full community of professionals serving the Central Florida community. We're excited to share our favorite memories, tips, and experiences with you. And we hope to inspire you to get involved too. Ready to get started? Let's dive in. Hello, and welcome back to the podcast. I'm Sylvia, CEO of OCA, and I'm so glad you're back for another episode. We are excited to welcome our 2023 Monster Dash sponsor to the show. Thank you, Laura Consuelo, for joining us today. Can you quickly go over their roles as presenting sponsors?
Sure, Sylvia. My role is actually COO of the organization. Taylor Morrison Home Funding, Mattamy Home Funding, and Inspired Title Services are service providers for our customers who are purchasing homes from the national home builders, Taylor Morrison and Mattamy. These home builders have been part of the Central Florida community for many years. Taylor Morrison started as Monarch Homes since at least 1985, and Mattamy, who is Canada's largest home builder, began building homes in Orlando around 2009.
So, wow, they've been part of the community for a long time. And how long have you been working with them through this whole process?
Over 20 years now.
Wow. Why don't you tell our listeners a little bit about how you're involved with OCA?
I'd be happy to. So I've had the honor of serving on the board of directors here at OCA for 2 years, along with being a member of OCA's housing committee. My son Ian has benefited from the programs and services OCA offers for more than 10 years.
You know, I just think of you always as you've been with us forever, right? Because OCA is now celebrating our 14th year. And so to think that we were 4 years old when Ian was part of our programming, and we've just seen him blossom and grow, just like we've seen so many participants that have come through our programming blossom and grow. And so we've been very blessed to have not only you, but many families like yours as part of our programming. So Ian has kind of gone through our evolution of programming. He was in the school age programming, and now he's in our adult programs. And there's a lot of them here in Central Florida. Why did your family choose OCA?
You know, I thought about this, and I think the word that predominantly comes to mind, Sylvia, is trust. I've witnessed over the past decade the team at OCA, and they put the participants' best interest at heart. My job as a parent is to make sure that Ian has a safe environment where he can thrive. The team here at OCA loves what they do and who they work for. I love, as a parent, the collaboration with the team on creating a development plan specific for Ian's needs and abilities.
I am totally overwhelmed by your answer for sure. And thank you. Thank you for believing in us because ultimately that is what we believe in and day out, is putting our participants in a safe environment to watch them blossom and grow. And knowing that we're making that impact just solidifies why it's so important that OCA is providing these programs here in Central Florida. So in essence, in your eyes, why are the programs so important?
Well, OCA certainly fills a huge void in our community. My family was first introduced to OCA while Ian was still in middle school. My husband and I both worked full-time and had really no options for him for a summer program. Special needs parents should not have to be faced with either paying their bills or taking care of their child, and we needed to make a decision. Then we were introduced to OCA, and what a relief that was for us as a family to find this amazing community that provided not only an affordable, but more importantly, a fun and safe summer program for Ian. And today, as an adult, he enjoys coming to participate in all the activities and socializing with his friends here he's made over the years.
And he makes a lot of friends wherever he goes, that's for sure. Again, I think you're just really touching on the importance of the programming, because you're right. Families shouldn't have to decide whether, can I pay my bill? Can I work? Can my child be in a safe environment? All of those things should be readily available. It is for their peers. It's no different for individuals with special needs. And so it's really, critical that we are providing that service. And not only are we providing that service, but we're doing the best quality that makes families feel they're safe. They're in a loving environment and they're growing. And so I know for you, it's always been really important that you're communicating with your employer, with Taylor Morrison Home Funding, and their affiliates about why it's so important to give back to the community. Can you share with everyone why you think this is so critical?
Oh, absolutely. So, the community-centric teams at Taylor Morrison Home Funding, Mattamy Home Funding, and Inspire Title Services love using our talents and resources to serve the community. The quality of services that OCA provides for its participants, from therapies to recreational programs, including the school break camps, Running Man Theater, Special Olympics training, all the way to adult and early intervention programs, are critically essential. OCA recognizes the dignity, abilities, and value diversity of all participants, and we are very honored to support a like-minded organization.
Do the dash, the monster dash. 'Tis the witching hour to break in your favorite costume before the trick and treats. Stop for a spell this October with your family, coworkers, and friends at OCA's 4th annual run event to benefit services for people with autism and other disabilities. This year's Monster Dash includes 3 ghostly affairs: a 5K, a kids' fun run, and a family stroll that's a quarter-mile lap. Ready to be the ghostess with the mostest? Sign up today to race, give a donation, or become one of our spooky sponsors at gooca.org/monster-dash, or click the link in the caption wherever you're listening to our show. We can't wait to walk, run, or roll with you October 14th at 7:30 a.m. in Blue Jacket Park in Baldwin Park. Presented by Taylor Morrison Home Funding, Inspired Title Services, Mattamy Home Funding. I mean, my goodness, we could just make a commercial of a commercial of a commercial of all that you are saying. Again, you're totally hitting on so many key points and really showcasing the collaboration between organizations and the community and building a better community for all. And I think that's the one thing that Taylor Morrison Home Funding, that Mattamy Home Funding, Aspire Title Services, that's what their belief is. And pairing up with OCA to do that is just such an amazing collaboration. And, the one thing I love is that your family has participated in our run every year. For me, one of the highlights is always seeing Ian out on the course, waving and cheering everyone on. But what can you share with the audience that are highlights to participating in this fun fundraising event?
Well, the run is so much fun. There are supporter tents that are set up handing out goodies to the kids, and obviously plenty of swag for the adults too. Seeing the children and OCA participants dress up in their costumes and get so caught up in the excitement of the Monster Dash is great. But I think my favorite part is how the participants play an active role during the event. You talked about cheering on the runners, DJing the event, and the entertainment singing the national anthem. We then have an opportunity to see their abilities shine, and that is my favorite part.
It is. I mean, every person, when we do a survey, that is the one thing that they say is their number one favorite thing, is to see ability right in front of them. And I think what really blows people's mind is even when we announce the overall winner of the run was an individual with autism and his time, and they're all like, he's running faster than I am. Like, wait, like this is amazing. And it is just really about showcasing that no matter their functioning level, everybody has something to give. And the run is just a fun way to do it and to bring the community together and to exercise and to have just a normal experience, a normal, typical experience. And that's really what OCA provides. So if our listeners wanted to find out more or are looking for your services, where can they find you?
They can go to taylormorrison.com or mattamyhomes.com, inspiredtitleservices.com.
All great organizations to go reach out to learn more. Well, I don't know about you, audience, but I just want to extend a huge thank you to you for being our presenting sponsor this year. Just so humbled that Taylor Morrison Home Funding, Mattamy Home Funding, and Inspired Title Services. Thank you so much for joining us today and making such an incredible impact here at OCA. We also want to thank you, our audience, for tuning in to this week's episode. If you want to find out more about OCA, log on to gooca.org. Follow us on Instagram at OCA for You, and follow us on Facebook at OCA, a special place for special needs. To donate, head to that website at oca-giving.org. And to make a free and immediate impact, leave a review of our podcast, give us a 5-star rating, and share it with a friend. Looking forward to seeing you again for another episode of OCA, a special podcast for special people.